They're off in the Group 1 Keeneland Phoenix Stakes, a field of 5 over 6 furlongs, and well away the favourite Whistle Jacket leads Arizona Blaze, Babouche just third from Rudy's Apple, and trailing the field the end of a furlong and a half is Shadow Army. It's Whistle Jacket joined by Arizona Blaze, a length in front of Babouche. Fourth is Rudy's Apple, and the back marker of the quintet heading for the halfway stage is Shadow Army. Precious little between Arizona Blaze and Whistle Jacket, upholding a one-length advantage over Babouche in third, and then Rudy's Apple, and last of all is Shadow Army, order pretty much unchanged with 2.5 furlongs to go in the Keeneland Phoenix Stakes. And it's Whistle Jacket, fractional leader from Arizona Blaze. Now been asked for more on the outside, with Babouche trying to gain on the pair. Shadow Army gets reminders, relegated to be last of the 5 is Rudy's Apple. It's the Colt and the filly who come to the fore, and Babouche hits the front from Whistle Jacket, gone on by 2 lengths then to Arizona Blaze, deep in the closing stages, and it's Babouche in front from Whistle Jacket. Up towards the finish, it's Babouche by length to Whistle Jacket, as Babouche ups it to another level in the Keeneland Phoenix for Colin Keane and Jill Lyons. Whistle Jacket second, third.
Here is big race winning jockey Colin Keane. Colin, how much of a thrill was that for you? You've had quite a week, haven't you?
Yeah, I know it's been a brilliant week, look, she's we've always thought a lot of her. She was a very good winner in Cork, and she was a very good winner the last day when it didn't go to plan. And I learned a good bit about her, I thought, the last day. I was keen to get her onto the heels of something today, and the 2 lads brought us along nice. And even though we were going along, she still travelled very strong, and even maybe over-travelled a fraction. But from halfway, she relaxed into it, got to them well, and had a little bit of a look when she got there. But no, she's obviously a very smart filly.
I was just going to ask you about the star. Were you kind of half happy to almost miss the break?
I was. That was the big intentions, yeah. Because like the last day, when I look back at it, we went very quick, but riding her, it didn't feel that way. So hence why I was eager to get her to relax. But she's a filly with a lot of natural speed, and makes her life easy.
She seemed to switch leads a couple of times when you got to the front. Were you almost just nursing her home when the race was running? Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah, when I was nursing her to get to ride, and when I had him covered, I didn't want to be too hard on her. I didn't think anything was going to come from behind us. And as I said, she was having a bit of a look, and she was getting the job done. So
she's clearly got plenty of boot. How far do you think she might stretch out in distance and time?
Well, I suppose she's similar to her sister. Her sister was like this as a 2-year-old, very...
Zarinsk,
Zarinsk used to want to please you all the time, but got better with racing. So I'd say in time she will have no problem going 7 and maybe a mile in time, but 6 is a good fit for her for the moment.
So many good juvenile fillies this season. It's quite something, isn't it?
Yeah, look, it's unbelievable the fillies we have this year. One seems to be better than the other, which is hard to believe. Look, we've brilliant owners, right, for a brilliant man, so we're very privileged.
Colin, thanks so much. Well done again.
Thank you.
Ger Lyons with us now after a fantastic win from Babouche in the Keeneland Phoenix Stakes. Ger, today was a big day. How are you feeling now that it's been safely negotiated?
Yeah, it's funny, I was more nervous for the Anglesey than I was for today, only because she went to sleep after Cork and I was sort of shooting blind going into the Anglesey. She's learning on the job, as I said, and she's just been very straightforward from day one. We knew very early on in the year that we had one. What one meant, we wouldn't know until we ran.
At least one, I think.
I think we have, yeah. But until you run them, you never know. And you know, like what it's like over here, Gary, who you're walking into every day of the week. And it's only when their careers are over that you look back and says, "Oh, that's why we got beat." Do you know what I mean? Like, it's very competitive. So it's grand. It's good to get when you do get one to score with them. And she's just a pleasure to train. And I think her biggest strength is her temperament.
Colin said there were pretty much no surprises the way the race went. Were you happy with what you were watching all the way?
Yeah, I never listen. I just, Colin's riding me. I think this is his 10th year with me, so he's always going to go out and do his own thing. I don't even know whether I ask him what he's going to do, but it was always straightforward what Aidan was going to do with the Colt, and if ever you were going to get a good lead, he was going to give it to us. So 9 times out of 10 you can't get past him, and we did. So good.
She's a Group 1 winner, unbeaten in 3 starts. What could the rest of this year hold for her?
I would say, subject to all the discussions that could be had, and her staying in one piece, you would be thinking the Cheveley Park at this minute in time. Colin said there's no rush to set her up and trip, and I'd have to agree with him. I've no problem that she gets 7 for the Moigler or something like that, but hopefully we'll have another for that. So subject to what the discussions end up with, I would say that's where we'll be going.
You've set it up beautifully for me. I presume that other one is Red Letter, who was runner-up to Lake Victoria on debut. Seen Lake Victoria win the Sweet Solaire over at Newmarket today. Is that where she's headed?
At the minute, you would think it, but I mean, she's only won a maiden, albeit the maiden is working out every day of the week, and it looks really very much above average. She did what I thought she'd do. There's an argument that we'll go listed Group 3 before we dive, you know, from a maiden straight to a Group 1, and if we do that, it could go for Champions Weekend Ingleby. You know, we just could do that. It's all about just doing the right thing about her, because she's not a now horse, she's a next year horse.
Yeah, and if it is to be the Moyglare, is there any chance she could run between now and then, or very unlikely?
No, the next race, her next race will be her last race, I would say. And we want to give her as much time as possible between runs. And I mean, for her to do the Moyglare, I'd want to be pretty adamant. And there's a lot to be said for going baby steps.
They're two crackers. Have you any more to unleash in the next few weeks?
I've about 16 at home that are at about that level. I'm only 30 years waiting for these ones to come around. No, these are few and far between. But I tell you what they do. They make the job easier. It's easy to get up in the morning to train these horses. You know.
Jared, it's been a great week as well. We saw Mudas Aref deliver for you again at Leopardstown during the week. Has he rolled out of it well?
Yeah, he's a legend. Jesus, I remember back in the day, Dermot Weld used to train a horse. Famous name.
He used to mop up, didn't he?
He was a rock solid Group 2 horse, and I used to look at him in awe and wonder, imagine having a horse like that. But this is a rock solid Group 3 horse, as is Power Under Me. But they're horses of a lifetime to have, and especially him, because he's like Eleonora comes over for the summer, and to have a horse who rocks up and does what he's doing for her holidays, you couldn't, you know, literally if you set out to buy one to do it, you couldn't. You know, so it's a great story.
All roads lead into Champions Weekend for him?
Yeah, he'll go for the Solnaway Stakes, but not good enough.
He's defied your expectations before, I think, in fairness, isn't he?
Yeah, but there's a difference, Group 3 and Group 2, and I would, listen, when you put her colours on, anything is possible.
We'll see. You came up with a great line, I think it was after he won the other night. You said the Galway Festival was a bit of a speed bump in your season. Does it feel like you're back in the fast lane now?
Yeah, it just was. We were flying along, and then that gets in the way, as it does for me every year, and thankfully we're back rolling again.
Ger, thanks so much. Very well done.
Cheers. Thanks, Gary.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.